Mano, when you all perform, like you just talk about Joburg or Europe or the US, when you all perform and people know who you are, what's that feeling like?
Well, I mean, it's kind of... No, sometimes it's really overwhelming, and you, especially if it's like a new place. When we performed, I'll give an example. Goma, a couple of
Goma,
yeah. I mean, a couple of months ago. I mean, it was raining, and we were just like, oh my God, wow, today, really, God, really, today we have this show in Goma, and now it's raining.
Yeah.
But then, like, just as we were standing and waiting for the sound to be still, for everything to be okay, like people started like screaming and shouting our name, and they were just like, Sauti Sol, Sauti Sol.
They knew you.
Yeah, we got us. They had like things, welcome to Goma, blah blah blah, like 10,000 people, and it was so crazy, and that was a bit overwhelming. And at some point, you even forget a few of the words. Yeah, it can break you if you're not careful.
By the way, the pictures you guys posted in the rain and the stadium in Goma, smoking.
Oh, that was one of the best shows.
Oh, yeah. That was
and on the flip side as well, you can have, we also have crowds that really don't know us.
Right.
Like when you perform in Europe in festivals and stuff like that. You have 20,000 people, but then our performance speaks for itself. So as like the crowd gets into the performance, and when they love the performance and they just react, that's also very.
So you guys don't feel intimidated if you walk into a place they've never heard of you.
Jeff, can I ask you a question, Jeff? When you walk into a room and you see a lovely lady, and she doesn't know Jeff Koinange, do you feel intimidated? You just throw game.
Yes. It's true. It's even more interesting, actually.
It's more exciting.
At least people don't know us. Okay. Let's show them who we are. Okay, let's show them. Sometimes you just have to prove yourself.
I almost feel like all the time we are going outside the country to play music. We're on national duty. And in everything we do, from how we present ourselves, what we dress, and the songs, like we are showing people what Kenya is about. And it's a lot of responsibility. But we are doing it.
You're doing it.
Yeah.
Savara, let me ask you this, and it might be a little unfair. I was watching some kid I just heard of the other day called WizKid. Right. I didn't know him before. Jalas introduced me. So I just saw him perform in London. And I'm sure you guys saw that. It's ridiculous. You saw the crowds.
Yes.
Is it unfair to compare ourselves with people like
this? It is. Can I ask you a question? How many Kenyan musicians do you know in the 70s who played in London in the Royal Albert Hall and packed it up? Nigeria has a legacy of Fela Kuti, Two-Face, Majek Fashek. Like throughout the years, they've always had artists like WizKid. WizKid is just for our generation.
Yeah, he's a new kid.
He's in our generation, but in your generation, Fela Kuti was
huge,
a boss.
Fela.
So I think it comes back to Kenya not having a legendary.
Look, where's the like when you think about Daudi Kabaka, you think about our legend, that like people who we consider legends in our music industry. Kenya doesn't have a Grammy
at all.
No.
Zero.
You know, there's good music heritage. There's good music heritage that's together with the culture. When you look at Nigeria, man, that's a nation that has like, oh my God, has grown over time, and you cannot compare. Right now, Nigerians are in spaces like globally where they can dictate. That's where WizKid can do that. But on the flip side, we are on our way there. The question is, are you guys backing us up enough? That's the question.
It's the Hot Breakfast with Jeff and Jelano.